Hey, boys and girls, listen, this podcast is intended for mature audiences. So if you're not mature, and by that I mean under the age of 18, please just put mommy's phone down, go play with your friends, and leave this one to the big boys.
Yeah, dumbass. Go away, bitch.
Welcome to Last Two Brain Cells. We are two little boys named
Austin
and Donovan. Today is August 12th, 2023, and this is episode 3.
Wow.
And here...
That's the P episode.
Episode, yep,
P.
1 is come, 2 is poo, 3 is pee.
50 is titties.
And here's a sneak peek of what's to come.
And then it starts actually going.
Yeah.
I feel like that was my peeing experience. You know, gargling an IPA is very different than gargling a Coors Light.
Yeah. You're like, what if I just didn't get squirted?
I sometimes wish, like, what if I could have just been a cat?
Yeah. All right, so how's it going, dude?
Good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm excited for a nice day. It's only 103 today in Texas, which is like a blessing. It's only been worse than that. So 103, we'll take these.
Yeah, that's like put on the puffer jacket.
Exactly. I'm putting on 2 beanies today. You know me.
Hey, so we decided we went to a nice breakfast this morning at the Pancake House.
The original one. You won't believe this, you guys. The original Pancake House is in our area. You're not gonna believe it. It's the first one.
And when we were there, we did a little bit of planning for this episode. We're
did.
way more organized today.
Yeah, today's a day about organization. We're taking this podcasting thing seriously. We were wearing the podcaster hat, and we might have had it to the side, maybe backwards, but we're putting it on straight and center today. Man. Looking respectable.
Did you ever have a phase where you wore your hats like slightly off to the side?
Off
like
kilter.
45 degrees?
With a 5150 sticker on it?
Yeah.
That's not what it's called, is it? 5150 is when you go crazy, or you gotta go to like a mental institution. What is it, the 50 stickers? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I do. The gold sticker with the black,
gold,
yeah.
Like, I bought this. I actually bought this. The sticker.
Yeah.
That shit was cool.
Like, you could make a killing selling counterfeit 50 whatever stickers.
Oh, we still can.
But no, you never did the side with the tilt?
I did, though. I definitely did. I remember at one point we made a sing-along music video in 8th grade to Soulja Boy's, what was it? It was a classic. It was a classic.
Get Silly?
It was Get Silly.
Yeah.
And I think I very much tipped my hat to the side for that one. And I gotta give a tip of the hat to Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
A hero and a game console creator and many things.
A trendsetter.
Twitch streamer.
2024 president.
Hero.
I would vote for Soulja Boy 100 times before I voted for fucking Ron DeSantis. Who?
Yeah, that guy hates Disney World. I like Disney World.
Yeah, so part of the organization that we want to bring to the game this episode is we're bringing you baseball card stats. Each week, we're just going to introduce ourselves and say what's going on. Just bring a little fun fact.
Yeah, so first up, my name's Austin. I'm 7'3". I got a big set of shoes, size 23s. What about you?
That's it? Yeah.
No, okay, I'm just kidding. I was just looking at this baseball card, and I was like, I wonder how many baseball players lie about their baseball stats. Like, on my license, it says that I am 169 pounds, and I wasn't 169 pounds, but I said I was, and they believed it. So how many stats on baseball cards are lies?
A lot.
I think one thing we have to start off with is we're not going to lie to you during these baseball card stats. That was the first one. It was a test, making sure you have your ears to the ground, detective work ready. We're not here to trick you, but that was a trick, and we got it out of the way. My actual stat, I can lick my elbow. Some people say it's not possible. I will show you otherwise.
That's a good... Actually, I've seen you do it, but I haven't seen you do it in years.
I just spilled all over my stuff. I was trying to lick my elbow. Now I gotta lick the beer off my lap.
Every episode, man. At least we're consistent. That's like a segment now.
These are white pants, and now they look like they're pee-pee yellow.
No, it actually looks a lot like cum, dude.
This looks like I just tried to make like a yellow snow cone.
Yikes.
Oh, man. I'll keep it. I think if I'll sit in it. I'll let it still stir a little bit.
They are white, so you could probably bleach it out.
Probably. Or you could drain. Let me see if I can suck it out. Like a snake bite? When your friend gets a snake bite and you have to suck it out?
I should suck it out for you.
You could if you need. I don't think you want to suck these.
I really don't.
I'm trying to suck it.
Yeah.
Every time I've tried to suck alcohol, it never works well because it also includes you breathing in air, and breathing in alcohol air while trying to drink it is just always a bad combination.
Yeah.
You ever like try to suck up like a spilled shot and you're like,
No,
and then
of course.
Yeah, and then you're like, because you're breathing in alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit different with beer, but I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Where you're coming from.
You know the lane I'm walking down.
But yeah, man. So where's the elbow lick?
Oh, elbow lick. Yeah, here we go. Just gotta go ahead and just contort my hand.
Yeah, okay, verified. He's licking his elbow now.
Get fucked. There's
That's
people that
pretty
are going to tell you can't lick your elbow, and I say, nothing's impossible, little baby. Dream deeper. Wow, you're far away. You're trying, though.
The closest I can get is like 5 inches away.
I can get pretty close.
Yeah.
I think I got like weird double jointed shoulder joints or something along those lines.
Maybe is it?
So I can also do the human jump rope where you interlock your fingers and you're able to jump rope style make them go fully around your body without letting go of your interlocked fingers, and you can just go over and over and over again infinitely.
I think the secret's actually you have to have a short shoulder to elbow like ratio. Like that has to be because mine's too long to reach the mouth.
Maybe it's because I'm a small skeleton boy with no muscles.
Or a long neck. You need a long neck and a long tongue.
Like a giraffe.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Anyway, good to meet you, dude.
Can you ride a giraffe like a horse?
Yeah.
Do people do that?
Oh, yeah.
Why are we settling with like horse jockeying when we could be like riding giraffes?
It's a good question.
I guess we'll figure it out next episode.
Yeah.
But please, let me know about yourself, dude. I'm collecting baseball cards right now of all my favorite people, and I'm missing some stats on yours.
Yeah. So I'm also 7'2".
Fuck yeah, dude. We're looking eye to eye right now.
We're just standing.
How big are your feet?
Doing the pod.
Big feet?
23.
Oh my god.
You were 22, right?
I was 22. I'm a little
Imagine having
smaller
such
than
small
you.
feet, man.
I know, I'm a baby.
Kind of embarrassing.
I'm a loser.
Yeah, no, real baseball card stat of the week. I bought beer this week. So I'm no longer a psycho that only drinks hard liquor and water.
Yeah, but you drink IPAs, which is like the crazy person beer.
It's the hard liquor of beer.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I guess when I'm in the grocery store aisle and I'm buying a beer, I've always been extremely cost effective just as a buyer. And so I look at the alcohol per dollar ratio, and that's the only reason I drink IPAs. I don't think they taste good.
I think they taste like shit. Yeah.
But this is 6.6% alcohol. You can't
You
beat
get your
that.
dollar's worth. You know, there's a clip out of context on Twitch of you and me during the Gambler 500, an event where we bought a car for $500 and raced it in the woods for a while. That's not important. We were in the grocery store getting ready, getting supplies for this long weekend in the woods, getting everything we needed. And we were streaming it. I had the camera on the grocery cart, filming both of us, just having an authentic, candid conversation. And you posed the question. You said, imagine this. We're going on a spaceship for the next couple years. What's the first thing and only thing we need? And on the same time, we go 1, 2, 3. And I say Coors Light. And you say hard liquor.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite out of context clip of all time. Because you're talking like, all right, we need to survive in space. What do we need? And both of us bring up alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like liquor to keep the spirits up in a desperate situation, and we've seen that time and time again in history.
Amen.
That's why liquor doesn't keep you warm, but it keeps your soul warm. Mm-hmm. So when you're out in that frigid winter and you don't know if you're going to make it or not, that little bit of vodka, that little bit of whiskey gets you through it, even if it doesn't really help you physically.
It's a campfire for your throat.
Exactly. Exactly.
My campfire went out.
We're really pro alcohol in this podcast.
Yeah. We also we're pro a lot of things. Have you guys ever heard of the devil's lettuce?
What's that?
I don't know. I was asking because I wanted to know.
It's like a salad.
No one will fucking tell me.
Oh yeah. Okay. So another thing we want to start doing is like updates.
We gotta do some
Updates from our previous episodes.
Yeah.
And I think you have one about Enrique's brother's phone.
Quick update: Enrique's brother's phone. I drove back to Six Flags to retrieve it. They got it. Six Flags actually pulled off the incredible. They got a phone that flew off the iron rattler. And it has no scratches. It works perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. I walked into that theme park, grabbed that phone from the Lost and Found, and to spite the world, I put that phone in my pocket and went on the same roller coaster 3 times in a row, single rider. And that is how you live.
Wouldn't it be just hilarious if it flew out.
It's so fun. The thing is, I wore separate, different pants this time that had extremely deep pockets. But even though I had extremely deep pockets, I cannot lie to you, my hand was on that phone the whole fucking time. I was scared shitless, but I had to prove something. And I think we did it.
Were you with Enrique's brother?
When we went back?
Yeah.
I went by myself to Six Flags. I drove to Six Flags. My tires popped in the parking lot. It was a terrible time. And then, to make myself feel a little better, I went on roller coasters until they closed. By myself.
So you had to buy a ticket to get the phone?
I have a season pass because it's a classic Six Flags move where it's like, buy your ticket today, upgrade for $10 to go for a year. And then you get that upgrade and then you never go again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's genius.
But the ability to go.
But the thought that I could go.
You can wake up midnight, you're there.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that get passes and never go.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Makes sense.
So smart.
And what did Enrique's brothers say?
I didn't get to give it back to him, so I got to give the phone to Enrique, and then Enrique had to drive the phone from Austin to Dallas.
For those of you who aren't familiar with Texas geography, that's like 100 hours of driving. That's like
crossing Europe twice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Going from like Switzerland to Russia, something like that.
Something along those lines.
Rough equivalent.
Like if you're going from like the Eiffel Tower to like the other important
Notre Dame,
all in one day.
What is that? Oh, that's both in France.
Notre Dame burned down.
I know, but halfway.
But then you know what's crazy? This is the thing. They actually use, I'm not sure if it's the right game, Assassin's Creed legitimate did 3D modeling of the building, and they used those as references to re-sculpt that architecture.
Yeah, I remember that.
The best detailing of a historic document came from a video game? Hell yeah. Yeah. Everyone's always like, video games are a waste of time. Oh yeah, you like the Notre Dame, bro? Well, we fixed it. Gamers unite.
And everyone in France just cried, and they don't know why, but it's because of your pronunciation of that.
Notre Dame? Notre Dame.
Glad to hear about the phone.
Yeah, it's back. We're good.
You ready for our first segment?
Hell yeah.
Cool.
What's it called? What do we got this week?
We're kicking it off with Trivia.
Time for trivia.
So, trivia question for this episode is: what artist had the highest grossing concert tour, not adjusted for inflation?
Not adjusted for inflation. Wow. I would say Taylor Swift as of right now.
It's a great guess. And honestly, this question, so I checked, this question was a year old. So it could be.
Doesn't include current Taylor Swift.
Yes, but I'll preface, So as of a year ago, what is the highest grossing concert tour not adjusted for inflation?
Beyonce's Single Ladies Tour.
Excellent guess as well. But no.
Fuck.
But it is a modern tour because, the whole inflation thing. So that, do you want to make one more guess?
Oh man. Is it Ed Sheeran?
Yes! Yeah.
That's so exciting. I was like, all right, okay, think pop. I learned from last episode.
That's incredible.
Guess who?
Yeah, I never would have guessed
Roald Dahl.
No.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, well done, dude.
Wow, I can't believe that. I'm in love with the shape of Ed Sheeran.
You're the lucky listener of the week.
Like the Taylor Swiftie, I'm an Ed Sheeraner. Ed Sheeran, what do they call themselves? I'm a shearhead.
Ed Sheer.
I'm an Eddie. I'm an Eddie boy.
Yeah, he doesn't have
I'm a sheer bro.
I'm a Sheeranite?
Ooh, that sounds like a place.
Yeah.
Damn. Ed Sheeran, shout out to you. Thank you for listening to our podcast.
Yeah, look, Ed Sheeran,
what's up, bro?
We know you're listening right now.
Bro.
And we're going to keep the references coming, so stay tuned.
Dude, you're sick. Oh, shit, man. Honestly, I think Edward Sheeran is a cool name. But you know what's a cooler name? John. And today, I present you something we have never done before. Something new. I'm going to have to present you with a couple of people here, and you're going to help me out in deciding who is not just the strongest, but the best. I would like to call this a John off. I will now present to you 3 Johns. I have 3 Johns on the table of Johns. It is not a round table, it is a triangular table, and they are sitting at each a spot.
Love it.
There is one grail sitting at the middle of this table, and you, the decider of the room, gets to decide who can grab this grail. And on that grail it says, the best John.
Okay.
So I present to you 3 contestants, John, and the John. Who would you like first?
Let's start with John.
All right, so we're going to go with John here. Long John. You know Long Johns, long underwear. The classic material you would wear in the colder sin. That way you keep your balls warm?
Yeah.
Well, I got great news for you. Where did the word Long John come from? Why are we calling our underwear Johns?
I don't know.
Great question. So, back in the day, the homie John Smedley invented what is known as long underwear. He invented this exact type of pattern, exact type of style. Fun fact, the Smedley Company is still in business today. You can still buy knitted fabric from the Smedley Company. However, that is not who made Long John popular. The Long John, it was invented by a John, but that's subplot John. Introducing John L. Sullivan, an absolute hero and a legend, a boxer known as the Boston Strong Boy, the heavyweight champion from 1882 to 1892, a man who also boxed bare knuckle, which, I mean, they do that. Do they still, that's UFC, right? Is that bare knuckle?
No,
they have like little tiny boy gloves?
Yeah, there's light padding on UFC, but they do bare knuckle boxing, but it's like illegal. It's like street boxing.
Right. Well, this is the man we take notes after. John L. Sullivan, the Boston Strong Boy boxer, would only fight, get this, in his long johns and nothing else. He refused to fight in boxing shorts. He would not wear pants. Long John Sullivan only wore his underwear in the ring. And thus, long johns were coined after our man, boxing legend who just wanted to be kind of naked.
Badass.
Gets underwear named after him.
Yeah.
I think, when I think of this character, I thought of you. You're someone who does a lot of things in their underwear.
Yeah.
Constantly and forever. And in fact, I might even start calling long underwear long dons.
Ooh.
That's something I was thinking about, yeah. Or you could invent new long underwear that's just like a little shorter, like crop top long underwear. And we can call those long dons.
Like the capri.
And you can go fight people in them. Something to think about.
Just a brief side note. One, that's actually sick. And 1882 to 92, that's 10 years that this guy's fighting his underwear, just ruling
in his underwear.
the boxing world. Also, we traded beers.
We did. Brotherly style.
Cheers.
Sorry to steal.
No, it's okay.
Beers to you.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to note, are capris the worst pants?
Capri Suns?
Capris.
Yeah, they freak me out. It's like you're not committing to jorts or pants.
Yeah, pick a side.
Pick one.
Pick a side.
Like, what are you doing? It looks like you are wearing, like, your cousin's pants.
Yeah. And actually, we weren't going to do an unlucky listener of the week, but listen, if you're wearing capris right now, sorry.
Yep. You got to punch yourself in the butt.
Punch yourself in the butt.
That's how it goes. All right, now I need to present to you contestant number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Now, would you like John number 2, or would you like the John?
Let's go with the John.
All right, well, the John. This is the John. You've heard of the John, the toilet, as they say. Back in the day, people would refer to the toilet as the Jake, which is weird to me, because we don't call it the Jake no more. We call it the John. Now, the idea of calling it the Jake was you'd refer to it as your cousin Jake's toilet, or whatever you would refer. The toilet would be referred to as your cousin Jake's thing, utility, the water closet, if you will, the toilet, the hole you shit in, until the homie, Sir John Harrington, relevant to the Queen Elizabeth I. It was one of her family members who was known as her saucy godson. This is true, quote unquote. Sir John Harrington was the saucy godson because he wrote naughty adult poetry. Now, not only was he a naughty boy, he invented the first flush toilet. The first toilet to have a flushing mechanism, so when you shit, it goes somewhere. Wow. It doesn't just, like, fall down a hole or do something silly. It flushes. So John Harrington took the name from the Jake to the John. The saucy, godson, erotic poetry, fan fiction legend is our toilet creator.
Fascinating.
So currently we have Long John, the John, and I will present to you the inevitable. Unless you have any commentary on the John.
No, it just sounds like a real cool guy.
Really cool guy. Without him, we would not be flushing.
We'd still be using the Jake.
We'd be using the Jake, and I was, the Jake smell.
No thank you.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So, good news. I bring to you Ron John. This is Ron John. You may be aware of Ron John from the famous surf company and surf store Ron John's, a massive surf industry company a staple to the industry. I have been to and even have a Ron John board in my house, but I had no idea who the fuck this guy was before I did this segment. I did a 2-hour deep dive before this whole podcast today to find out who is Ron John. Now, this guy I would consider the Willy Wonka of surfing. People consider him a man with many skeletons in his closet, and it is true that there are not any pictures of him in the past 40-something plus years besides mugshots.
Wow.
He will not let you take his picture. He will not let you know that he is the guy. In fact, at one point he was working at one of his shops under the name Joey Norton. Claimed to be Ron John's assistant. Now, Joey Norton was asked questions about Ron John, and Ron John was apparently riding horses somewhere foreign. So, assistant Joey Norton stepped in. When asked by people pressing deeper questions into the Ron John story, they asked questions like, so, how do you spell your last name? And quick thinking, he spelled Joey Norton as Notron, which is not Ron, aka thus alluding to Ron John. Thus, he's saying, hey, it's me, but also don't ask about it. He doesn't want people to know who he is, but he wants to talk to people if he wants to talk to you. He's a wild man. He has multiple counts of drunk driving, many. In fact, he lost his license recently. He was busted for trying to acquire meth in 1975 via a wiretap. He says that he was using the meth for long hours at work, and on his trip to prison, he said, quote unquote, I had fun in there. I make the best of things wherever I am. And he won't let you take his picture, besides his mugshot. Crazy. Final fact about him, around 2008, he tried to create the world's greatest surf park, investing $9 million into a Florida near Ron John surf theme park, where you would be able to surf in a wave pool that would be revolutionary, creating the most accurate representation of waves known to man. The gimmick and the thing that made it cool was the floor was able to shift, thus they can change the type and style of wave you would be able to ride. Unfortunately, when they started testing this bad boy out, after $9 million, they did not account for the weight and pressure of the pool going through wave issues, or just having waves, and the pool literally cracked and broke right down the middle, and they had to halt the entire thing immediately. $9 million down the drain. Bye-bye, Ron John Surf Shop. Wow. Long story short, Ron John, the Willy Wonka of surfing, many mysteries. Who is he? I still don't know after so much research.
God, he keeps reminding me of the antivirus guy. What's that guy?
John Norton. The Norton antivirus guy.
Very similar.
John McAfee.
Yeah.
John McAfee.
Yeah.
That's what we're thinking.
No, do you think he's just paranoid, or why the picture thing? What?
I think he has a big paranoia thing. So the guy who was trying to reach out to him, he eventually did reach out to him, and he was like, why are you trying to contact me? What's going on? And eventually he ended up talking to him, and he said things along the lines of, to the reporter, if you tell anybody that story, I'll kill you.
Holy shit.
And he was joking. He says, I know people. Ha 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 ha. This guy sounds like a shady millionaire.
Yeah.
And he's just living his life. He's still out there to this day. In fact, his name isn't even Ron John. His name is Ron DiMena. Trying to pronounce it correctly, but it's Ron DiMena. It's not even Ron John. So he is very much a man living under facades of facades, masks under masks. And honestly, it's a Willy Wonka experience to me. I hope he's not a piece of shit. But until then, that's the coolest shit.
Yeah.
Man's wildin'.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no contest for me.
Who's got it?
It's Ron John.
Ron John.
Man.
He's got the story.
Although, is he a John? He's Ron DiMena. Where's the John?
Oh my God. I did 2 hours of research on him, and he even made me think he was a John. First, it's Joey Norton, it's Ronald Jonold. I don't even know this guy. Yeah. And I don't think anybody ever will.
No, but he's by far the coolest guy that you talked about.
What a nutty guy.
I would love to have a beer with playing a poker game with Ron John and the McAfee guy.
Yeah.
Would be the best night of your life.
Insightful. I would just be taking notes, and I'd probably end up dead by the end of the match.
You'd be dead. There'd be so many drugs.
Yeah.
And so much bluffing.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
I can't imagine. I almost want to.
I'd lose my money.
I would lose it all happily.
In 10 minutes.
Oh, I'd be thrilled to lose it all.
Yeah, man. Okay, so among the actual Johns.
Yes, again, we're bringing it back to the triangle table. There is a goblet in the center. They are all sitting looking at you saying, Donovan, we all tried our best in this life, but only one of us can achieve the best John. You have to give that goblet.
All right. Listen, I'm sorry. The John, you're going down the drain. This is going to Long John.
Flushing him?
Long John
It's
wins.
going Long John the W because Ron is even a John disqualification. Oh my God, the drama.
No one saw it coming.
Holy shit, Long John?
Yeah.
I love that. Congratulations, Long John. John L. Sullivan, Boston Strong Boy, 1882-1892 world champion.
And I just want to say, that was back when men were men.
That's when we would fight in our underwear.
Late 19th century.
I don't see nobody fighting in their underwear. I need to be fighting in my underwear.
Just squaring up, having a good scrap.
Bare knuckles.
I miss the days.
Scrapping my knuckles together. I want to walk home bleeding uphill.
That's right. I'm going to go 19 rounds.
Back in my day, I had to bleed uphill to the hospital.
What hospital?
Exactly. The hospital is called Mom saying, I'll show you something to cry about, and then gives you a bag of cold peas and tells you to do the lawn.
She says, stop complaining, stitches you up, and says, get to work. It's coal mining time.
Come on, son. We're in Indiana. Coal's not going to mine itself.
Back when men were men and just died of leukemia at the age of 34.
And all the kids are saying, we yearn for the mines. Please let us in. And they would. They'd let them in. And now they play Minecraft.
Whoa.
Think about it. The kids yearn for the mines.
Man, I'm constantly reminded that time is just a flat circle.
Yeah. And Minecraft is a square block. Long John, congratulations. You are the John. I'd like to raise a toast and a round of applause to Long John. You win.
Yeah, congratulations. Look, you're long dead. Long John is long dead, but
Long gone.
But you're not long forgotten.
Mm-hmm. You know, the cool part about fighting in your underwear is sometimes you get hurt. And when you get hurt, do you know what you need?
What's that?
God, I feel like I would need medical advice.
Oh, well, luckily for you, our next segment is called Medical Advice.
Wow, I'm iffy on this one. Pray!
This is completely accurate. Write this down. Lawfully given medical advice. I am a doctor. My name is Donovan.
Wow. Are you doing financial advice next week?
Yes.
Sick. And then therapeutic?
And then legal advice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sick, though.
I just want to give you some advice in your life that might be helpful, might not. But this has to do with your mental health, not your physical health.
Please, tell me, how can I improve my mental health?
Yeah, well, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. But I am somebody who can read.
Whoa.
And I was recently reading about something called Eudaimonic Happiness.
Eudaimon.
Have you ever heard of that?
I'm the man. Eudaimon?
Yeah, Eudaimonic.
No.
Have you heard of...
Eudaimonic? I'm demonic. You can get rid of that.
Have you heard of hedonism?
Hedonism?
Yeah.
It's when you just do your thing and fuck it.
That's that's the medical definition, actually.
That's what I was hearing.
Yeah. So basically, there are these two concepts of what makes you happy as an individual. There's this kind of superficial, fleeting happiness, and that's derived from hedonism or
beer.
Literally beer.
Wow.
Or a good meal, or going to a party, or winning a game. These are all like just little jolts of dopamine that you get.
Tiny W's.
And they don't last too long, but they do make you happy and you feel it. Right?
Sure do.
And this is the kind of like happiness that our culture tends to reinforce, that American and a lot of modern cultures tend to reinforce. It's easier. It's an easy win.
It sure is.
But there's another kind of happiness. It's more long lasting and it's more from within. And that's what eudaimonic happiness is.
Whoa.
I think this was a concept that Aristotle created like 400 BC, roughly.
Okay.
So a long time ago. But what it means you're living in accordance with your virtues, that you're striving to be the best self that you can be at all times. And it's really closely tied to this concept of self-actualization.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, the pyramid of needs. Yeah. Hierarchy.
Maslow's hierarchy. Yeah.
The boy.
Exactly. And so it's sort of like the combination of your personal growth, your autonomy, your relationship and connections to others. These all add up to this concept of eudaimonic happiness. And so that's just a breakdown of what it means. But the challenge that I want to give you and all the viewers this week is just to pursue something that boosts your eudaimonic happiness, that boosts your long-term, more sustainable happiness rather than your hedonic happiness.
So less beer?
Well, you can still do... Here's the thing, is both forms of happiness are important and contribute to your overall well-being, right? So I'm not saying don't pursue things that make you happy in the short term.
So more beer.
It's just the same amount of beer.
Oh.
Right? But maybe do something that contributes to your feeling of personal mastery over your life as well.
Ooh, like getting better at something.
Exactly.
Like getting better at drinking beer.
There we go.
Well, I'm getting better. It's competitive now.
Yeah.
It's a sport.
But you can do both at the same time.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I was trying to go for the shotgun world record at a point, but that shit's crazy.
No way.
I was within a second.
Well, a second's a long time when it comes to shotgun.
And that's what I found out.
Because what, the total second is it's like 2 seconds.
The point matters. It's like 2.8 or something stupid. And I'm at a 3 point something.
Yeah, not bad.
I found out the length of a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about 1 second.
Yeah. That was me trying to better myself. That was my demonic pleasures.
Yeah, eudaimonic.
I was doing my demonic pleasures, not my hedon pleasures.
Hedonia and eudaimonia.
Yeah, eudaimonia too.
That's right.
Eudaimonia too, bro.
That's right.
That's sick, dude. That's sick.
Anyway, that's the medical advice for the week.
I love that. I feel like I'm canceling my doctor appointment. I'm canceling therapy. I'm actually also canceling my financial advisor appointment. Good. And my legal lawyer representation is also getting a letter saying I'm canceling. Because I think you're my guy for all those things.
Yeah, just call me up.
For sure. I appreciate you taking the responsibility of legal, medical, financial advice, and all of the above.
Yeah, and 100%. And let me just, as a legal disclosure for the listeners, all of this is 100% real.
Yeah.
And you can take my word for granted.
Not mine. Yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Love it.
Anyway, thanks
now we learned something about our mental health.
Yeah.
Really quick, speaking of mental health, let's all take a moment, take a deep breath. If you're listening to this wherever you're at, I need you to take a deep breath, and I want you to breathe out loud, like a loud breath, like a Ready? We're going to do a deep breath. On 3, it's a 1, 2, and then a and if you didn't do it just like that, you can do one more now, but we're going to keep going.
Yeah. So thanks for that. Next up, we have a very exciting...
This is so exciting.
...non-segment. This is our first ad read.
We're jumping into advertisement territory. Hashtag ad, hashtag sponsored.
And the cool part about this ad read is there's nothing to read.
Nothing?
Our sponsor gave us just a URL.
Okay, so for backstory, I was at breakfast with you today. We were doing business. We were making it happen. You called our sponsor up, and he said, what, just go for it?
He said go to the website, which is... pgpstaking.com.
Wow.
So let's go ahead and can you type that into the
I'll type that in, sure.
And so we're going to head over to pgpstaking.com. And while you do, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
What's Cardano?
Cardano is a cryptocurrency. This looks like a scam.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's by our friend, though.
Yeah,
so it's not.
No, see, it says stake with confidence.
Oh, pretty good pool.
Yeah. So
okay.
That's PGP, pretty good pool.
Not a scam.
And
Cardanzo.
Cardonzo?
It's like Bitcoin for little boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have some little boy Bitcoin, go ahead and stop by PGP Staking and stake with confidence.
All right, no, I gotta be nicer here. I'm talking shit. PGP, that stands for pretty good pool. I'll tell you what. And let me just say, it's a pretty good pool. If you're a Cardano person, if you collect that ADA coin, you can go ahead and stake that in pretty good pool with confidence that you're going to be in good freaking hands. It's all about small pools in this decentralized world, and Cardano ADA is the place.
It's the smallest.
It's the smallest pool, but it's pretty good. Single pool operators are something we don't talk about enough. SSPOs, as you will.
What's the first S in single pool operator?
Single.
Oh, single stake.
Stake!
What does it mean to stake?
Oh, staking means you're putting in your money and they're just going to give you more.
So,
Sounds crazy,
What's
huh?
the downside?
I don't know, nothing. What the downside is, you could lose it all in the crypto market, but why would that happen?
Okay, so it's an extremely dangerous, volatile investment,
Yes.
so I should go ahead and put all my money into pgpstaking.com.
Not financial advice, go all in.
All right, well, that was our first ad read.
That was great. How much did we get paid? We need to disclose legally how much we got paid.
Oh, we did get paid.
The way we do our ad reads on this channel, I gotta let you know, that was all improv. we do ad reads based on an auction style, and it's going to only keep on going up. So if you want to get an ad in on our show, it's 21 seconds. We went a little long that time. You got a good deal. But it's an ascending, the numbers going up and up and up. So if you want an ad on the next episode, you're going to have to pay more than the last guy. And that's just what it is. And now we're going to give you the big number. We were paid each individually.
Wait,
$2.50?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got $2.50. That was our highest bidder this week. So if you have higher than $2.50, we have a platform for you. We're not popular yet, but listen, we will be.
And listen, we will say anything. I don't care if it's real or true, if it hurts people. If you pay us, it's getting said.
I just advertised crypto for $2.50. Now, quick personal opinion. I say do what you want. It's like gambling. Sometimes you can win, sometimes you can lose. But also, don't put money in if you don't have money to lose. Real shit. If you're going to invest in crypto, imagine you lit that money on fire. But if you want to have fun, go for it. Have fun. Be an adult. Do your thing. That's why we put if you're a kid, get out of here disclaimer on the podcast. But we got paid. Thank you, crypto. Thank you, Pretty Good Pool. Who's next? The highest bid is $5.
And real quick, I just I'm gonna take that $2.50 that I just made from the ad. I'm gonna put it straight into pgbstaking.com.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Hey, well, the good news is that's our ad of the week. If you would like to join us for ad of the week next week, the current bid is $5. If you get $5.01, we could read whatever the hell you want. It could be a scam. I don't care. You ready for a fun fact?
Ooh, yeah.
It's time for a fun fact.
Let's hear it.
Fun fact.
All right, here we go. It's going to be an interesting one. We just talked about advertising, and this one's pretty exciting. I see you looking at my notes here. I took notes. I really came in prepared for this podcast today. Have you heard about Moonvertising?
Never.
Okay, now get this. Why do we have a giant ball following us around the whole time?
It's a billboard.
It could be, and why shouldn't it be? And you know what? Let me just say, people have tried, and people still are trying. People want to project laser projection, whatever it may be, on the moon as a billboard. This was such a real legitimate thing to the point where we actually had to make rules and legislation as how is it okay to advertise in space, as space is not just a national territory, but it's a territory for the people. You can't claim American laws on advertising in space because it's not America. You can't claim any laws from any country besides the world's law. So we came up with a thing called the Outer Space Treaty in 1966 that set a principle for international space law. It determines that all states and countries and regions and all of that have the right to freely explore outer space and do what they want with it. The only thing that it really specifically gets at is it cannot be obstructive or intrusive to space in general. But this treaty, with those terms, allows for free access to space, so space advertising is not subject to global prohibition.
Wow.
Thus, you can advertise in space. Now, the question is, what would that look like? What is good space advertising and what is bad space advertising? Personally, I think all of it's bad. You don't need to put Coca-Cola in the sky, but also, I get the appeal. The whole world gets to see it. Your demographic is the entire planet and maybe more. It's pretty freaking nuts. Now, as I mentioned, the big rule with space advertising is it has to be non-obtrusive. The FAA actually has regulations determining obtrusive to mean anything, quote unquote, capable of being recognized by a human being on the surface of Earth without the aid of a telescope or other technological device. So, if you were advertising in space and you were able to see it with just your pure bare eyes, that is considered obtrusive. Thus, at least within America, you are not allowed to advertise in space in that obtrusive way. However, if you were to shoot, so let's say, a Tesla into the sky, that is legally sound as you would need a telescope to see it. Thus, that was how Elon Musk was able to shoot a Tesla into the freaking sky. Now, that is not the only successful attempt at space advertising. Pepsi, in 1996, paid approximately, it looks like $5 million to have a cosmonaut float a replica of the company's soda can outside the window and just take a couple videos. Pizza Hut in 2000 paid approximately $1 million to have the company logo on a Proton rocket launched to the International Space Station by Russia. And in 2001, Pizza Hut delivered a 6-inch salami pizza to the International Space Station. So you are allowed to advertise as long as it is not something the general public can see with their bare eyes. This was mostly figured out in 1993 when an American company known as the Space Marketing Inc. proposed launching a 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer illuminated billboard into low Earth orbit. And that is when they had to actually step in and say, okay, that is considered obtrusive. Thus, we have now figured out the difference between obtrusive and non-obtrusive, and it was if you can see it without a telescope. But yeah, the FAA has rules on it. Now here's what's crazy. Let's say another country wants to do it. Who's going to stop them? It's space.
Yeah, good point.
You can have the Outer Space Treaty for the whole planet. You can have your American rules, but we're in space, baby. Who's going to stop you? You going to go take that thing down?
Yeah.
Anyways, space advertising. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I don't want it. But also, we're living in a world where I think within our lifetime, it's going to be experimented with.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's
Moonvertising.
It's like the same thing with like you have international waters on Earth.
Exactly.
And it's like if you, what is it? You can murder somebody?
Very much so. So a lot of murder actually happens on cruise ships because when you're on a cruise ship, the flag you fly on the ship often is the legislation field that is allowed to work on the case of the murder. So they're out of like your jurisdiction is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're on a Carnival Cruise Lines or even the Disney Cruise Line, you think they got an American flag on their ship? These fellas do not. And the reason being, you also pay taxes to whoever you claim your ship belongs to.
Yeah.
So the American cruise ship industry, I'm pretty sure practically none of them are actually paying to American taxes or flying American flags. They are under the Bahaman flag.
And man, just sorry if there are any cruise ships listening to this.
Y'all suck.
Yeah, the stupidest industry on this planet, probably cruise ships. I mean,
It's
all the crude oil that they use to
It's
just
so bad.
It's horrible.
It really sucks because as a theme park person and a fun fan, my fun brain goes, yay, fun boat in water. And then I think about it for more than 3 seconds and I just get really bummed out. I'm like, this could be so cool and it's not. It's so bad for the environment.
It's a great idea.
But they're cool.
But it's just when I'm president of the world, first
I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, we're legalizing a whole bunch of drugs.
Yeah.
And then cruise ships out of here.
See ya.
But yeah, dude. Okay, so space moonvertising.
Yeah.
Moonvertising. Definitely, I agree. I think within our lifetimes, this is going to be a thing. I think it's really interesting that already, like, the instances of it were conducted by the Russians. Like, it makes a lot of sense. Basically, they have no rules. Like, they no shame. They'll take the money.
Fuck it, ours.
And yeah, who's going to enforce it? Like, you put that billboard up there. Like, the U.S. is going to shoot it down?
What are you going to do? Going to go send your space guys to just, like, uninstall it?
Yeah.
And then also, this leads to the next question. We live in a world. There's a space billboard. We see it. Who's going to be the first space graffiti artist? Who's going up there vigilante style and writing "my nuts" on the McDonald's ad?
It's a great question. It's the Rad 3. Or
it's going to be you or me.
It's going to be...
Somebody's going to do it.
Banksy.
Banksy's going to fly up there and he's going to write, "your mom."
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
But yeah, honestly, if it does get shot down, it's honestly better advertising.
True.
Like, everyone's going to hear about it.
WW. And it's going to land on some people, too.
Yeah.
Or
win.
disintegrate. You'll just see your logo burn into flames in the sky.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, cool, man. I like that. Fun fact.
Yeah, that's my fun fact.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Oh, yeah, I love questions.
Would you like to take a tinkle?
I love me! I thought you'd never ask!
All right.
Oh, man, let's freaking get out of
The boys are taking a pee-pee break. We'll be right back.
Yo, so as usual, I just want to debrief on that pee.
That was a great one.
Well, I don't know if it was great.
Why?
Your stream.
Yeah, no, I started it up, and you know when like your car is like a... And then it starts actually going.
Yeah.
I feel like that was my peeing experience, where like it started off spraying like a crazy daisy sprinkler style, like if a fire went off and it was trying to get the whole room from above. But then it became straight as an arrow. But it took a second.
At no point was it straight as an arrow.
Neither am I, but it took a second.
That was a drippy faucet pee, man.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Look, everybody has them.
That's true.
But it's been a while since I've seen you drip that much.
Yeah, I dribbled today.
That was a dribbler.
Little dunk.
Yeah.
Little dribble dunk. Now that we've discussed our pee and how it went.
Yeah, I think it's time for one of our last segments of the app. This is going to be one of my favorites, second to softcore play at home. This is Tragedy Dad Joke.
Yay!
So, today's tragedy, would you mind bringing up the notes?
You know, I gotta be honest with you. I feel like tragedy and a dad joke used to be like a scary segment for me. I'd be like, oh man, I hope this doesn't get too, edgy. Then after softcore play at home, I just feel like there's really nothing I should be scared of anymore. Like, that was the peak of being scared.
Yeah, I think, look, the whole point of all of these segments is to desensitize you. Eventually, I just want to be talking about crazy shit. And have you be okay with it. But
I'm working on it.
I have to bring you through the kiddie pool, through the shallow end. Eventually, we'll be able to swim in the deep end. I'm going to be reading a tragedy to Austin, and his goal is to make a dad joke about it immediately after.
I'm going to try, but like I said, I take it back. I actually hate this segment.
And the rules of the game, this tragedy has to have occurred at least 69 years ago, or the victim has to have at least $6.9 billion. All right. And so this victim, let me just tell you, definitely did not have $6.9 billion, but this occurred in the 1830s.
A long time ago.
All right. You ready?
Yes. As ready as I can ever be.
Okay. A 9-year-old boy named James Driscoll, who was said to be a fine, intelligent child, stole 3 farthings from his mother.
What's a farthing?
It's a unit of currency. When she discovered the theft, she decided to punish him by putting him in a vault under a church on Lime Street, where he was kept for 2 days and 1 night. When released, it was reported that the 9-year-old, again, he's 9, had undergone a remarkable change. According to his parents, he seemed scarcely conscious of existence or recognition. His physical powers were equally depressed. In fact, his parents became so concerned about his behavior, they took him to the London hospital. Doctors examined Driscoll and reported that he was sometimes sane and other times insane. When questioned about his experience in the vault, he would shriek, appear frightened, and say, "There she is. There's the lady in white."
Oh, God!
I told them they would kill me when they put me in there. And after such an outburst, he would then relapse back into a state of indifference and cry out to God, asking pardon for his sins, until he finally wasted away and died a complete skeleton. So that's the story of James Driscoll.
God!
Yeah.
There's nothing funny about that. Poor boy.
He stole from his mom. He's 9 years old. She put him under a church for 2 days. He came out just seeing ghosts, mad.
Well, I guess that's what you get for investing in farthing coin.
Again, this episode sponsor, PGP Staking.
Yeah, that's Cardano, not farthing. That's why in farthings. When's the last time you heard about farthing?
Been a while.
Literally, who?
I actually don't know what is a farthing. Can
What
we
the
look
fuck's
up?
a farthing?
Can we look up what a farthing is?
I'm so hung up on the farthing that I can't get farther than that. Right? See?
That was better.
There we go.
I don't know. You're a medium dad.
I would love to be a hot dad someday.
You got one more?
I could try. Yeah, it's gonna come naturally.
Okay. Well, we'll wait to give you the final diagnosis until you have your last dad joke on that. But let me just say, you're bad and average.
That was really bad. Yeah, I'm just like I said in the first episode, we don't have children yet, and I think once we have the God-given gift of children, look at the God-given gift of being funnier in a non-funny way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we need to work on our assignment. Make children.
You haven't been working on that?
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I guess that's for next week's update.
Yeah. No, I was at the club last week, saw this beautiful dolphin.
Oh, my.
Yeah, and let me tell you.
That's crazy.
Let me tell you. Freaky. That's right.
That's crazy.
Anyway, it's a tragedy dad joke.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Wow. I wish I had better dad jokes towards tragedies. I'm just so sad about poor little boy.
Yeah. Do you even remember his name?
Yeah. No, because who is the woman in white? What? There's so many details. What's a farthing?
Yeah. No. Wait, Jamie. Can you pull up what a farthing is?
What the fuck is a farthing? I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah.
Farthing.
Wait. For everybody at home, he just Googled FASRTHIGN. Fasrthrigen.
Farthing. A former monetary unit of coin in the UK. withdrawn in 1961, equal to a quarter of an old penny.
Wow. It was the least possible amount in the currency. So he stole 3/4 of a penny from his mom, and she put him in a church for 2 days.
Man, he took her 75 cents, and she really gave him her 2 cents. Oh,
You're a bad dad, man. You're a really bad dad. You're a super bad dad.
It's embarrassing.
We need
Farthing better than farting.
Okay,
Okay.
but you gotta stop. Look, the damage is done. We're gonna put you under a church for 2 days, and whatever happens, happens.
The woman in white's gonna get me.
You're fucked.
I told them they'd get me.
But maybe if you have a baby with a woman in white, you'd be funny.
I hope so.
Let's hope so. You ever wish that you just weren't born?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to die,
No.
but you're like, what if I just didn't get squirted?
I sometimes wish, like, what if I could have just been a cat?
Yeah.
Just meow.
Yeah.
Live just long enough to, like, be able to lick your butthole a couple times, but not too long to, like, see everyone die.
I mean, you can lick your butthole.
Can you? I don't think you can.
Look, you can lick your
I
elbow.
don't think you can.
I can lick my butthole.
You gotta show me right here, right now.
Some Cirque du Soleil shit.
Okay, well, that's for next episode.
Yeah. I'll show you. I'll lick everybody's butthole.
This is the part of the podcast where we cut the last 25 minutes out, and it's great.
Yeah, okay. So just a little fun fact for, we were editing episode 2 of Last 2 Brain Cells, and we cut a lot of the end of the podcast. I was hitting, I won't speak for you, but I was hitting the tequila pretty hard that episode.
Speak for me, I wasn't, but I had a couple Coors Lightingtons, and I streamed earlier that day and drank.
Yeah. We were clearly drunk, and it was not
a good idea.
Not something you wanted to hear.
Yeah. So, cheers to that.
Cheers, dude.
And we'll keep going.
So, we're getting ready to wrap up here, but before we do...
You know, gargling an IPA is very different than gargling a Coors Light.
Yeah.
When you gargle an IPA, you can taste, like, decades and decades of work and labor and the hops and the brewer's love and the furnace it was burned upon. And when you drink Coors Light and you gargle it, it just tastes like river water, which is kind of sick.
Dude, did you ever go to Golden, Colorado?
That's where they dip the cans in and then close them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I've never been, but I've heard in lore.
It's actually a beautiful place.
It's like the Blarney Stone to me. I want to kiss it.
You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go there on your knees like a pilgrimage.
I will.
And then kiss the Coors.
I would love to. And you have the shotgun on the mountain.
Yeah.
And then you refill the can with another can of Coors natural water.
I think that's how it goes in the scripture, yeah.
Yeah, and then they reseal it.
Right.
That's how they do it.
Jesus would have wanted nothing less.
I'm sure of that. All right, well, speaking of things we talk about on this podcast, one more thing.
Why are you gurgling it still?
I don't know, it's like a jacuzzi of beer in my mouth.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
Okay, so I think we got one more big important thing we gotta talk about, and it's the elephant in the room. It's a new segment. Ooh. We gotta have new segments. So, listeners, we're trying to do a thing here where we have reoccurring segments, but we're trying to spice it up like a spicy salad once in a while.
Spicy.
You know, put something crazy in there. And today's new segment is called Ethical Discussion.
What a good name.
Yeah. So I present to you today's ethical discussion. And if you have one too, feel free to bring it. And if you have any recommendations as to ethical discussions, let us know however you can. Just type it in and send it to us.
Send us an email.
Send us whatever you can.
Give us a fax.
Just yell it. But here's my ethical question of the week.
Ethical discussion.
So, here's the story. Close your eyes, if you will, metaphorically. You can keep them open, especially if you're driving a car or working hard.
No, close them no matter what.
You can open them at some point, please. But imagine this. I got in some sort of tragic accident in which I lost my right leg. Now, I'm okay. However it happened, my leg is gone. Now, I present to you a question. Cannibalism. It's bad, right?
That's your question?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so this will be easier for you. I present to you, I lost my leg, and as a human being who is still alive, I would like to put my leg served by the finest chef who has ever made meats of any sort to prepare my leg into a delicious meal for my friends to devour, because I don't want to waste. I want to sustainably put my energy back into the world in a reasonable way. And if we eat animals, I want to offer my leg to my friends. And so I invite you to dinner and I say, Hey pal, I lost my leg in a tragic accident. I have had it prepared by a fine chef. Would you and will you eat my leg with me? And is that okay?
Okay, so.
Really quick, I have to give credit where credit's due. This was Alejandro, my friend in college, the homie, the man, a legend's big question we would talk about all the time at parties. Because people have jarringly different results. And I implore you, the listener, what would you do? If I invited you, I said it would really mean a lot to me. You can say no. I'm not like pressuring you in a scary way. By any means. Like, you will still be my friend. There's no consequences to saying no at all, by any means. If I said it would mean a lot to me if you would help me eat my leg, what would you do?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know you would. That's the thing. That's why this is so easy. But I know a lot of people are in a position where they'd say, no way.
But that's just a weirdo move. You're just wasting a leg.
It's a big waste.
But okay, so I've always been more anti-waste than anything else in my life. Waste not, want not. I'm not a religious man, but that's always been something that I stand by.
Yeah.
And
sorry, scary room just falls. Things happen.
But I don't mean that just in the sense of food, but I mean in opportunities. Don't squander don't waste an opportunity. And so to eat my homie, of course I'm there.
That's quite an opportunity.
I'm there 3 times.
I'd eat you back.
Thank you.
I would.
Would you? No, would you really?
Yeah.
Would you really?
1,000.5%. That's like a no doubt in my. I'm a very picky eater, and you are on the menu.
That's so cool. I mean,
hey man,
that actually means a lot.
Oh my god, yeah.
That means
we went
more.
To, like I said, the original Pancake House today, and I ordered off the senior menu.
Yeah.
And you know who orders off the senior menu? Smart people who've lived for a long time. Now I'm young. But I ordered the smart option, and you are a smart option.
Hey, thanks.
I'd eat the shit out of you.
Okay, so I have a follow-up question after this, but I do think this is an interesting, like, is cannibalism in general okay? And I think we see this a lot in nature, but we do like to distance ourselves from other animals. As humans, we're special and shit, but I don't think we are. I think meat is meat. Mm-hmm. We are made of flesh, and why not try it? And so there's one argument against it that I understand, which is prions. Do you know what prions are?
Brian, these nuts, bro. That's all I know about that, dude.
So, yeah, that's exactly right.
These nuts jokes are going to get less and less funny. And then the cool part is in 10 years, they're going to get extra funny again, like your mom. Your mom's funny again. So that one's for my friends in 2033. Shout outs to you.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's hot.
We're suffering in 2020.
It's really, they're out here like, bro, it's only 103 fucking losers. Must be nice. That's what they're saying.
In 2020, in 2033.
2033. They're like, 103? What is it, a cold day?
We should make a bold prediction segment.
Yeah, my bold prediction is we're fucked.
But yeah, okay, so prions, basically, I think it might just be if you eat other human brain. You get this little...
You get their knowledge and memories like an avatar.
Would be tight. I'd be
terrifying.
Eating mad brain.
You also get, like, their bad memories.
Dude, can you imagine?
Like, you don't just get, like, good memories, it's bad memories, too. Like, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm in the war! My friend! Oh! You have to live that shit, too.
Listen, if you could get all of the intelligence of a person, but you had to just eat their ass for a good 30 minutes, who would you eat, and who would you eat?
Wow. That's a big question. I would have to go ahead and go back in time.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is a real question. Really quick. We gave up segment warning about what we talk about. We're adults. I'd go back in time and I'd eat Jesus Christ's asshole. The real man, Jesus, I would eat his ass. And then I'd say, "What's up?" And he'd have to tell me.
Wow. You would know everything Jesus knew.
Everything.
Because you ate his ass.
Yeah, and I think if you're a good, devout, religious individual, you should too.
Everybody should eat Jesus' ass? Is that what you're saying?
He washed people's feet.
Yeah.
That's gross. Eating ass is like one step above that.
I
2 steps?
2 or 3.
Oh, okay, maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, no, that's a good one actually.
Yeah.
I can't think of a better one than that.
Or you could ask Jesus, yo, Jesus, you know how you turn water into wine? Can you turn your ass into like a delicious cake? Yummy cake.
You just eating cake.
Fun fatty.
Dude, you know Jesus' ass naturally tastes like vanilla and saffron.
You think that shit don't taste yummy?
You think Jesus' ass is not Kool-Aid good?
Like, he is a human, flesh and blood, on God.
On God.
On gang. But, like, he also has gotta taste good from behind.
Jesus' ass, it's like, I'm trying to...
Jesus, when I'm tasting Jesus, you know what I'm yelling? Huh. I'm yelling, Jesus!
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This one's the Jesus Christ. Oh.
Hey, thank you so much, Jesus. Every time I'm up in that church, eating the Holy Sacrament, what is it called? Mm-hmm. When you eat the little biscuit?
The wine is my blood.
But there's a biscuit.
The wine is on blood.
What's that biscuit?
That's on grip. Hey, really quick, if this is an abrupt, jarring cut, it's because we have been off the shits for a couple seconds. I think, potentially, you had an ethical question to bring back to me. I did and did not fart in this box.
It was the lady in white.
Dude, okay, really quick, actual business. I'm not even fucking joking. You know how we sell farts online? We sell bathwater, we sell farts, we sell anything.
Yeah.
We need to sell Schrodinger's fart boxes.
Did we fart?
Do not open it, because in this box is and is not a fart.
Wow.
We could sell Pet Rocks made billions. We can make a shitload of money off Schrodinger's fart boxes.
Dude, we're making Ed Sheeran concert money.
Nerds everywhere are buying 25 for Christmas jokes. We're getting on Shark Tank for that.
But the thing, we actually have to fart in some of them.
Yes.
It has to be real.
I agree. Here's the thing. I personally was thinking about farting in all of them for integrity's
What a
sake.
prank would that be?
Not even a prank. I just think that's the integral to my honor. As a human, I think it's the right thing to do. I'm going to live my life with these boxes at my side, and whenever I feel one ripping, I'm going to line them up in a line, and I'm just going to crop dust, ass blast a line of them, and then I'm going to close the box as quickly as I can, and that's like, what, 10, 15, 30? I can do this.
You're not going to fill 15 boxes in one fart.
You know my rips.
I think you're ripping 5 boxes at a time.
You can check Sunny Brew's stream on Twitch. We did a sleeping stream recently, and I had this funny bit where she was like, we're doing a sleeping stream, and I said, where? And she said, in our room that we sleep. So me having to do a sleeping stream not on my stream, I said, you know what? I'm going to rip ass all night. So I ripped tons of farts. They're documented. And I've got the reviews. Chat said they were good.
Yeah. Well, look, I
can fill 30 to 50 boxes. At least a big tub, a jacuzzi, or a bathtub, or a bear full of farts.
And not in one single fart. That's all I'm saying.
No.
I think overnight, sure. But I've been witness to many of your farts over the years.
That's true.
Over the almost
stale
decades.
And stinky.
They're stale and stinky.
Of course.
And you got some big boys.
I do.
But they're not 10 jars.
But if I run, we both peed running backwards across crosswalks in the past, and some would say that's impossible. I would say that was a Saturday for us.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're a visionary in a lot of aspects, whether it's pee, whether it's farts, but...
Now, I do have to say really quick, we're on Tangent City, and we might need to keep this. I need to stop us from going on tangents, and to help us do that, I'm going to tell you a quick story.
Uh-huh.
Do you know about the fart jar girl who actually went to the hospital?
No.
This is real.
Oh,
There
yes.
is a fart jar expert. So fart jars were the trend. It was the time. Coronavirus just came out. We just wanted to smell anything that wasn't our own house, dude. So homie starts smelling farts. And to start inducing more farts, this female individual started eating and ingesting food that would specifically make her fart. She created a thriving, seethingly beautiful business, ripping with farts, putting farts in jars day in, day out, to the point where she actually hurt herself and had to go to the hospital and retire from the fart jar game. She had to give up her passion and talent due to medical restraint within 1 year. So I know these Schrodinger fart boxes might be a little dangerous, but I'm willing to risk my life for this business.
All right, so long story short, we went on a couple tangents. We're going to have to cut out a lot of that. But the answer to the question is I would love to eat your leg. Legitimately, I think it would be a great opportunity to just try something new, to just try human. And I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with cannibalism. In general, I think that's totally cool. It's wasteful not to eat each other. And I'm genuinely speaking from the heart. I don't understand why people are so against it.
I think I'd be yummy.
Yeah.
Do you think I would taste good?
Your leg? Yeah.
I think you'd taste good.
Yeah. So I feel like
respectfully,
humans are kind of
tender.
Not tender. The opposite of tender.
Anti-tender.
Exactly.
You mean yummy?
But still, yeah, for sure. I'd just sauce you up. Barbecue sauce.
What sauce would you put on me?
Probably barbecue.
I think I'd put ranch flavored popcorn seasoning on your leg, and then I would cut it with a little fork.
Yeah.
And I'd go, I would eat it up, and I'd go, and in that moment, I would just straight have a brain blast last Jimmy Neutron moment, thinking of your entire life, everything you did with that leg, I would remember right in that moment.
That's a lot of things.
I know,
with that leg.
running, hiding, swimming, hiking, all of it.
Mostly hiding.
You're still hiding.
Done a lot of hiding.
What are you hiding from?
A lot.
That's okay. All right, let's jump into the last segment. This is a new segment for us, and I'm very excited about it. This is the Last Two Brain Cells Drop. This is an homage to a podcast we love known as The Doughboys. They've been doing this for a long time, and they'd like to try something similar. Long story short, viewers and listeners are able to create a short audio segment composed medley of previous stuff from the podcast. That is something that will be a lot for us to listen to, whatever it may be. Now, we're going to listen to it live for the first time, candidly, authentic reaction style, and whether we have guests or not, we'll listen to it with them or without them. But this week's drop is brought to you by Podcastrique, and I think the best way to describe what it is to just listen to one. So, you want to jump the hell into it?
Sounds perfect, man. I'm excited.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Podcastrique. It's time for this week's drop.
While listening to this album, you are literally, and I cannot stress this enough, literally entering my mind. And if you are not willing to accept my emotion and hear my words fully, do not listen.
Yo, rest in peace,
I value your money.
Legendary, unreal.
I value your acceptance and loyalty. Here is my pain and thoughts put in words.
Enrique, what are you doing?
All into this
Are we allowed to have
in hopes
this?
that it will help cure
It's up to
or
Enrique.
at least numb your depression. I love you. Thank you for listening. Enjoy.
Oh, no. How much cum do you think you've made?
I've sometimes wondered if I had a swimming pool, an empty swimming pool, and all of the cum I've ever ejaculated with that swimming pool.
You're not filling a swimming pool. Oh!
Come. Headshot.
Cum.
Sit down.
Cum.
Oh my god.
Cum. Totem pole style cock.
Like,
how high can you come?
I'm Bellagio fountaining this cum.
Disney's World of Color. How high is that cum gonna shoot?
To be honest, can I... how honest should I be?
The cool part is we can delete the entirety of this segment if it's not sick.
Okay, I'm gonna... Fuck. 4.5 feet. 4.5 feet.
Wow, you measured that.
4.5.
Nigga, why you babysit?
Wow!
Shots, I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of then you dive in it. Pool full of dive in it.
Tragedy is called Crash of Dragon Rapide in Afula 2 Killed.
Okay,
all right.
That sounds like a Fortnite update. That does not sound like a real life event.
No, this happened, and let me tell you, it happened in 1936, December 30th.
Now,
to
really
be.
quick, would we like to explain what this segment is supposed to be for It's Been a Tragedy?
Yeah. So this segment,
It's a challenge to us.
yeah, it's a very light and then heavy segment. Wait, heavy and then light, where basically I'm gonna tell you about a tragedy, and then Austin is gonna tell you a dad joke
To make you feel better.
right after.
So I feel like most podcasts these days, especially the season is, let's feel better. Let's tell good news. This is the Good Morning Good News podcast. Now, good news is great, but also, you gotta talk about the bad news every once in a while. And now we have set rules and standards for tragedies. Respectfully, out of respectfully, we will respectfully respect a timeline.
Yeah.
The tragedy cannot be within the last 69 years. And if the tragedy affected anyone who has less than $69 billion, then we can't talk about it.
Yep. What in my diet is making my pee so frothy?
Yeah, me too. I've been wondering what my diet's making my pee look so crazy.
To be honest,
A lot. No clue. Anyways, I just opened a brand new course here because I figured pee out, pee in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Equilibrium.
yeah, that's exactly what equilibrium means, actually. I'm impressed.
They're calling again.
I think if you get rid of a large amount of liquids from your body,
Over my
from your
face.
pee hole,
What is a boy to do?
any type,
You know,
you gotta put it right back
Frazier
in.
has left the building.
Oh Oh my god, holy shit.
Okay, Enrique.
What a first drop.
He outdid himself on that.
That was incredible.
I'm worried about getting sued by Kendrick Lamar and an ex's producer.
It was, that was what we call, what do the people call it these days? That was,
a tribute?
No. That was legally sound, when you change it legally for parody.
Oh, that's a parody.
Creative Commons.
Yeah.
That was Creative Commons.
Okay.
It's commonly creative.
Totally fine.
Something like that.
Wow, though, dude. That was good.
That was great.
Yeah, thanks, man. Good
All
job.
right. I gotta say, Enrique wanted us to rate that out of 5. How would you give that out of 5?
That's a 5.
I'm gonna give it a 5 as well.
That's a 5.
I mean, honestly, first place so far. If you want to send one in to compete with Enrique, please send it in. I thought that was pretty solid.
That had some moments that just, man.
Shivers down my spine.
Yeah, my hair.
Shivers.
You feel
I
this?
can see it standing up on edge.
So thank you, Enrique. Feel free to submit your own drops for coming episodes.
Hell yeah.
But holy shit.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. This has been a fun one.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in to Last Two Brain Cells.
Hell yeah. We're going to be on all platforms. Make sure you give this a good old up glory and Blazington on any platform you can. A like, a repost, reblog, whatever the fuck it takes. Tell anybody. Thank you so much.
And listen, if you're Ed Sheeran or you're Shell or BP, if you have just a ton of dough, feel free to throw it on our faces. We'll say whatever you want that people are gonna listen to. People are gonna buy your oil or whatever. I don't care if it's blood diamonds. We just want to make money. So
a large amount.
So let us know. We want to do this full time for real. Yeah, cool. Thanks for tuning in.
Hell yeah. Hey, wherever you're at, we hope you have a great freaking day. And if you're not having a great day, let's turn that bummer day into a summer day. Big love from Blast 2 Brain Cells, and peace.
Bye.